Hello neighbors. Before I begin, I am feeling a little under the weather, so my voice may sound a little hoarse, but I have to get this video out to y'all. Space Marine 2 is now out for those who have purchased early access, and I was lucky enough to get myself a copy. It has been 13 years since Space Marine 1, and we have been anticipating the sequel. So how does the sequel hold up to its predecessor? Before I start glorifying and glazing over this game, we do have to talk about the ugly part about this game. There is a problem right now with some PC users where their game is unplayable with entities disappearing. Uninstalling and reinstalling doesn't fix the issue, and just come on man, why is the game industry having so many bad PC port issues? Luckily I was not plagued with this issue and was able to complete the campaign already. This issue might be patched by the time this video is released, but it's upsetting for those who pre-ordered it and can't play it. With that set aside, let's talk about how my personal experience was of me actually being able to play it. The campaign isn't too long, with it taking roughly 11 hours for me to finish it on normal difficulty, but this is definitely a quality over quantity campaign. I was on the edge of my seat the entire campaign, and the plot was so well thought out and executed. Facing the Tyranid swarm feels so daunting and hopeless, but you overcome the insurmountable odds for the glory of your God Emperor. Space Marine 2 also uses the swarm engine, similar to World War Z, and this was perfect for the presentation of the Tyranids, as the massive swarms you see are actual entities. Lots of times, during the fight, I myself felt completely overwhelmed with the sheer amount of enemies, and man, it felt so damn good. The Tyranids are the poster boy enemy for the game, similar to how the orcs were in the first game. But of course, you know chaos is going to be in the mix. Tzeentch is pulling the strings during the campaign, as deception and suspicion clouds the Space Marines all the way to the final act, and that final act was absolutely brilliant. But I will keep this spoiler free so you can see the final act for yourself. Combat feels great with its mixture of melee and range being used simultaneous. You melee the smaller units while saving your low amount of ammunition for the high priority targets. Blocking attacks can lead to a free critical shot on enemies, and when they turn red you can finish them off with a gory execution to fill your armor and any staggered health loss in white. You also will have invincibility frames for those executions and can trigger them from a distance, similar to how Doom Eternal did it. You are rewarded for being aggressive and punished for being defensive. This game is actually really hard as well. I was constantly stressed trying to fill my health while evading all the enemies. Which, it's kinda dumb when you're playing single player, that the enemies tend to aggro more to you than they do to your two bot players. Anti-player bias is noticeable, and it'd be better off playing the campaign with one or two friends, otherwise you're going to be doing a lot of roly-poly dodging. The visuals are stunning, and while not the best graphics, the artwork is so fitting for the grim dark future. There's so much attention to detail in the environments, and you can tell the devs had a blast making this game. The audio is outstanding, and the feedback from your actions is excellent. All the feedback just fills your testosterone. The sounds of your bolt guns, crunch of the enemy skulls. Man, I wanted to do push-ups as I was playing to be fit to serve the God Emperor. I haven't touched the co-op or multiplayer yet, but I plan to do separate videos on that. So far though, I'm having a blast playing Space Marine 2, and I'm not disappointed. I hope they fix the PC port issues for some players, because that's a real bummer. And because of that issue, it's really brought the Steam rating down, where it started off mixed, now it's sitting at like 70%, which this game should be in like the high 80s and the 90s, but that one issue is getting in the way of that. But I'm hearing that consoles are not really having that issue. But still, this is early release, like we shouldn't be beta testers. This should be packaged, ready to go. People should not be frustrated and feeling like they shouldn't have pre-ordered, because a lot of people are feeling that way. But besides all that, I think the game's really good when it works for people, and I think they did a really good job at handcrafting this game. I'm going to do a lot more videos detailing the very specifics part of this, because I want to keep this very spoiler free, because I want you to enjoy the campaign yourself, enjoy the multiplayer yourself, enjoy the co-op yourself with your buds. But we're going to do some videos on that very, very soon, but I still highly recommend this game, and go give it a try for the God Emperor. Alright, thanks for staying. Make sure to like and subscribe, and as always, come be my neighbor.
Target